Welcome, friends. Thank you so much for being here. My name is David. As always, grateful to have you here, practice with you. And for today's practice, the focus is on appreciation. Today's practice is a chair yoga practice. If you're newer to the practice, all you need today is a chair that's comfortable. I'm using what's called an Iyengar chair. You don't necessarily need that. But it's a chair with no back on it, just a bar. But any chair will do. If you have just a kitchen table chair, it's totally fine. But the purpose of this practice, twofolds. One on the physical side, slowing things down a little bit. I know for me personally, I'll teach anywhere between 25 to 30 classes a week, even during this period. And my body feels tired and exhausted at times, and I know that I have to reel back a little bit in practices. So in order to also keep a steady practice as well as being committed to the practice, it's learning to pivot a little bit and change as necessary. If you're looking more for a harder class today, then maybe try a different class. But I feel it's important to blend strong classes with restorative classes and to oscillate a little between that, because it teaches us a little bit more about our bodies. Because if we're constantly going hard, then we're missing some things in our bodies. We could be contributing to some injuries, and I find that reeling back a little bit and focusing on restorative is never harmful. I find it's always beneficial, and I feel it brings the body back to a state of equilibrium. If you have a strap, please grab a strap. But this week, in talking about appreciation, there's a difference between gratitude and appreciation. Last week I spoke about gratitude being at Thanksgiving week and everything, but this week focusing on appreciation. And I find it so valuable to practice appreciation, whether it's appreciating others or simply appreciating the little things about ourselves. But appreciation can really help build communities. How many times have you ever had someone come up to you and say, "I appreciate you. I appreciate the work that you do." Maybe you've had a loved one or an employee that you've said that to, or had someone like a boss come up to you and say that. But I know that it really makes my day when someone does that for me. And this is sort of building up that metaphysical muscle of appreciation, where we begin to look outside of our bodies more often than not and find and see the things that we appreciate, rather than getting caught up in sometimes this conditioned negative thinking where we just look around and go, "Oh, that's not in order. Oh, that's negative. Oh, that's not right." When we surround ourselves with people like that, it's very easy to pick up that habit, because that's all it really is. It's a habit and a pattern. But what we don't realize is we contribute to either positivity or negativity by our actions and our habits. So I find it's quite helpful to practice appreciation more often than not as I move through day-to-day life and catch myself, because I'm not going to lie, my mind will sometimes go negative every now and then. But to catch myself as opposed to going along with that narrative of negative thinking. And April Sanders wrote, "Gratitude and appreciation are both choices, and choosing to show both can bring positivity into your life. But gratitude and appreciation, although related, are two different things. The first is being thankful for something or someone, and the second is seeing the good qualities in something or someone. Appreciation means you notice and admire the beauty of goodness of something. This can be as simple as a sunrise. The second step is to be thankful. This is gratefulness. Sometimes gratefulness does not follow appreciation. You can appreciate the skill it took to create a giant sculpture, but you might not be grateful if it blocks the view you used to have of the water. Learning to see and appreciate the beauty around you can help you cultivate gratitude, which in turn can lead to greater happiness. Marcus Aurelius said, "Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them." I have a few more quotes here, and I put a bunch of quotes down on the comment section of this video. Feel free to look at them, and again, I'll share them. But the whole point is to increase the frequency in which we visit appreciation. Because Lord knows the more that we find appreciation in ourselves and practice, we begin to bring that vibration and that frequency to other people's lives around us too. That's called being a fire starter. So please, 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 as we practice today, appreciate yourself for the simple fact that you showed up today. Appreciate yourself for the fact that you're doing the work. With that said, let's go ahead and begin. Please separate your feet about hips distance apart. Place the hands on the knees, palms face down. Lift your chest up, drawing your back away from the backing of your chair. And spread through your collarbones. Start to become familiar with the room that you are in. Observe the smells. With the eyes closed, observe any colors or shapes or forms or patterns. Feel the temperature of the air. Any drafts. Any extraneous sounds from outside. And to create a clear slate for our practice, begin to let go. Let go of your day, let go of your week. Let go of any appointments, urgent dates. Remember that you're here. All that stuff will come. Trust. And just for now, let go of any titles, any labels you place on yourself. Let's be here heart to heart without all that extraneous mental noise. Begin to notice your breath. Observe the inhales and the exhales. Observe the flow of the breath, the depth of the breath, and the pace of the breath. Let go of any agitations. Let go of the one that wants to perhaps hurry the practice up. We have to learn to let that go. And let's begin to breathe together. Please take a long, slow breath in. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, fill lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, fill lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. And inhale, please fill your lungs all the way up. Exhale, letting it go. Please continue breathing this deep on your own. And check in with your body from your head to your toes, observing any tension, tightness, soreness, imbalances of any kind, misalignments, pain. And as we move into our practice and through our practice, let us work with this tension, with this pain, with this stress, with this and any misalignments to create greater alignment and less tension. Instead of avoidance, let us work through these things and see what comes up in the process. Place your left hand over your heart and right hand on the navel. Let's begin to deepen the breath. Focusing on breath retention, please take a long, slow, deep breath in. Feel the chest expand, collarbones spread, shoulders down the back, long spine. Relax your face, lips, eyes, mouth, and forehead. Hold your breath at the top of the inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. Please take another long, slow, deep breath in. Feel the navel rise, chest expand, collarbones spread, shoulders down the back, long spine. Relax the face, lips, eyes, mouth, and forehead. Hold your breath at the top of the inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. And another. Please take one more long, slow, deep breath in, filling the lungs all the way up to the top, holding the breath. This time, sip in once, sip in twice, sip in 3 times. Hold the breath, setting a clear, focused goal or intention for your practice today. See it happening, be clear, be creative. Exhale, letting it go. We'll begin with an Om. Inhale. Inhale, fill the lungs. And on the exhale, please release the hands down towards the knees, softly blinking the eyes open. All right. From here, let's slowly start to circle the head out. Now, since we aren't wearing any masks, it might be helpful to practice Ujjayi breath. That's where you breathe in and out through the nose, listening for the whispered sound. We constrict the back of our throat. Now, the purpose of this breath is to help generate heat inside of the body by trapping heat. Remember, just like a dog or an animal, when we breathe through our mouth, we are cooling the body down. But when we breathe through the nose and constrict the throat, we trap heat inside of the body to warm the body up from the inside out. That is not a myth, that is science. Getting used to breathing in different patterns is quite helpful. Breaks up the monotony and the roteness of the habits and patterns we have typically gotten into that have contributed to the stress that shows up in our lives. Good. Take a couple more rounds. Appreciation. Appreciation for our necks. What do our necks do? Our necks allow us to look around and see the world around us. Opposite direction. The necks house the cervical spine, the voice box, the throat, the esophagus, the larynx, part of the trachea. Now I find a great appreciation for whatever created these bodies and the shapes and forms that they do. It is nothing short of a miracle. Trillions of cells working together. Or maybe it's billions, I don't know. Add a zero here. All right, take one more round in this direction. And the next inhale, lifting the head up. Exhale, take the gaze forward, release the arms along the sides, palms forward. Inhale, please roll the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Inhale, roll shoulders forward and up. Exhaling back and down. On your own, deepen the breath with each shoulder roll. Mark Twain said, to get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Mahatma Gandhi said, there's more to life than simply increasing its speed. Opposite direction, roll the shoulders out. And my partner Shelley and I have been watching the Oscar-winning movie Gandhi. We still have about 20 minutes left to watch, but you know, I have such an appreciation for the mentality that Gandhi had towards nonviolence and the power of nonviolence and what it can do when we stay concentrated and focused on that practice. He was a fearless man, a fearless being, that when faced with guns and with sticks and with violence, he chose not to engage. And I find a great appreciation and power in that, because it is fear that drives a lot of our movements in life, our security, our protection, fear of scarcity, fear of not enough. And here was a man in a loincloth with glasses and a stick that stood up to that and just took it. Good. Releasing the arms. On an inhale, arms reach upwards, palms touch. On the exhale, draw the hands down to the heart center. On the inhale, take the arms back up, reverse it. Exhale, palms face outwards, release the arms outwards and down to the sides. Inhaling, arms out to the sides, we reach up, palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhaling, palms turn out, arms down along the sides. Inhale, palms out, arms reaching up, out to the sides. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms back up. Exhale, turn palms out, release the arms down to the sides. And one more. Inhaling, arms out to the sides, we reach up. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart center. And inhaling, arms reaching back up. Exhaling, palms out, release the arms down along the sides. All right, let's scoot our buttocks forward and sit on the front 1/3 of the seat. For any of my friends that went to the Air Force Academy, the front 1/3 of the seat is probably a very familiar phrase. I'll talk about that in a moment. But let's reach the arms upwards, interlace the hands, press your palms upwards towards the sky. Now, as we sit on the front 1/3, for those, this is a little bit of an inside joke, so I'll explain. But your first year at the Air Force Academy, until you're recognized as a more of an upperclassman, so to speak, at all dining meals, unless you were told to sit at rest, you had to sit at attention, gazing at an eagle at the top of your plate, sitting at the front 1/3 of your seat. You could not sit back in your chair, you could not slouch. But anyways, that just brought up a funny memory. Wrap your triceps forward, press the shoulder blades against the back, spread through your collarbones. But that's discipline for you. A form of discipline. Take a full breath in, stretch through the arms, press the palms upwards. And on the exhale, gently release the arms down along the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Opposite interlace of the hands, the other pinky's on top. Flex through the wrist and press the palms. As you press the palms, straightening through the elbows, wrap your triceps forward, hollowing out the armpits. As you hollow out the armpits, feel the lats, latissimus dorsi muscles engage. Glide your shoulder blades upwards towards your ears. Take another long, slow, deep breath in. Reach. And on the exhale, release the arms down along the sides. And separate the feet just a little bit more, a little wider than hips distance apart. And then from here, we're just going to circle our spines out. You know, these are good poses you can practice in your home office, or if you are still going into an office, or for my nursing friends or doctor friends out there, This is a great practice that you can do between breaks, between seeing patients. As you circle your spine, release the lower back. Go for 5. 4. Remember, don't rush. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, opposite direction. Circle it out. I appreciate you. When you hear that, how do you take it? What are some thoughts that come up? Is it pushed away? Is it recognized? Is there a shyness that comes up? I know that when people used to say that to me, I used to push it away and be like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. But it's important to remind each other that we appreciate them, that they add flavor, they add substance to our lives. With your next inhale, please rise back up. And on the exhale, let's take our right hand to our left knee and our left hand behind the left hip. On an inhale, lift your chest up and lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, turn, twist, and rotate. Look over your left shoulder. And I may not be exactly mirroring you today, and that's okay. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, revolve, turn, and twist. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, revolve, turn, and twist. Inhaling, we lengthen our spines. Exhaling, revolve, turning, and twisting. On your next inhale, please come back towards center. And on the exhale, switch. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Long spine, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, revolve, turn, and twist. Inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling, revolving, turning, and twisting. Inhale, open the chest, grow tall. Exhale, revolving, turning, and twisting. Beautiful. And on the next inhale, please come back towards center. As we come back towards center, let's take our right leg forward, flex the right foot. Now press the right heel down to the ground, draw the right hip back just a little bit, then keep your left leg bent. Gently start to fold out and over your right leg. If you want to use blocks, you can use blocks, or just take your fingertips down towards the ground. Press your right heel downwards a little more. Feel a stretch in the right calf and right hamstring. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Hold and breathe slowly. Steve Maraboli said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love, then make that day count. Voltaire said, appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. And I'll say that again. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Remember, what we see in others is what we also see in ourselves, and what we see in ourselves is what we see in others. And if we're walking around with a heavy head, with negativity, then it's very difficult to see positivity in others, because where our focus is being placed. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Fold in just a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With your next inhale, please lift your chest up. Exhale, bend your right knee. Let's switch sides. Take your left leg forward. Rotate your chest towards the left leg. And then have about a 90-degree bend in the right knee. And then lift your chest, inhale. Press your left heel down. Draw your left hip back. And on the exhale, begin to lean forward, out and over your left leg, fingertips down towards the ground. So the left leg is straight. Joe Walton said, there's a sunrise and a sunset every single day, and they're absolutely free. Don't miss so many of them. Appreciation. I appreciate what this world offers us. It offers us a chance to reconcile. It offers us opportunity to grow. It offers us an opportunity to love, to forge deeper connections amongst each other. In one of my classes yesterday, I was talking about the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. And not only just a great movie, but that movie is all about love. And Bill literally has to live thousands upon thousands of lives. Obviously, it only shows certain scenes. But what he's learning to do is to live in the moment and appreciate each moment with love. I highly recommend watching that movie maybe sometime soon. Of course, you can always wait for Groundhog Day. Press your left heel down into the ground. With your next inhale, begin to lift your chest back up and then bend your left knee again. From here, take your knees wide apart and then turn your toes outwards. As you turn your toes outwards, hands to the knees, lean forward a little bit and press the knees back. You'll feel a stretch through the inner groin, the adductor muscles. And I have a deep appreciation for human resiliency. That collectively we've been thrown in a number of different things at us, and yet we still continue to thrive. I feel a big piece of that is community, of the little things we do to help others out, the smallest of contributions. Sometimes we get caught up and we have to do really big things, but it's just the small things that we do that contribute to a really, really greater good for all. But then it's about keeping that mindset and keeping each other motivated to continue to do the work. Because every direction we go, there is stuff being thrown at us, especially with news and sometimes in social media where, as human beings, we get down, and negativity is a way to control people. And I just don't buy into it. I don't. Take a full breath in. Exhale. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, release your hands down towards the ground. That's fun. Anne Bradstreet said, if we had no winter, the spring would not be so pleasant. If we did not sometimes taste of adversity, prosperity would not be so welcome. And right now, all of us, the vast majority, are going through a time of adversity. But I realize that it's not going to be forever. And in this adversity, there is a lot of growth that takes place, and I appreciate that growth. Wherever you're at, please take a deep breath in. And exhale, letting it go. With your next inhale, let's slowly begin to lift the chest back up. Turn the toes inwards, heel toe the feet about hips distance apart. And then cross your right ankle over the left thigh. And to begin with, all we're going to do is you can take your forearm, you can take your hand, whatever's best for you, but just start to lean into your right knee. So this may not, once again, be a mirror for you, but that's okay. Press the inner right knee down towards the ground. And now as you do that, feel a subtle sensation as you pull your right hip back. You may feel a stretch in your lower back as well. Appreciation. What's something that you appreciate about yourself? What is something that you appreciate about yourself? For me, I appreciate my work ethic, and I get that from my father, so I appreciate my father because it's not about me. My father really knew how to work. He was consistent. He always showed up. My mother, too, was very much the same way. But I really appreciate what they instilled in me when it comes to that. Take a deep breath in, fill lungs. Exhale. In the comments section, if you'd like, please write something that you appreciate about you. I would love to see that. If I could see you in person, I would tell you what I appreciate about you, but because this is a video, can't really do that right now. And with your next inhale, slowly come back up. And I'd like you to slide the right thigh all the way over the left. And from here, just begin to lean forward. Just lean forward out and over the legs. So right thigh is over the left. We're leaning forward. Just let the head hang. It might help to take your right hip back just a little bit. Emerson said, "The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common." I love that quote. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. There's nothing about knowing it all. It's just seeing that everything is a miracle. How everything works together, how things dance together, how they collide together. Even some what might consider macabre is still oddly a miracle too. And I realize that that may sound funny, but I find that it's so important to see the good in things. Jason Mraz has a song called "Look for the Good." I highly recommend listening to it. It's on his new album. On your next inhale, please lift your chest up. Uncross the legs. He's my favorite artist. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. And we'll switch take your hands to the inner left knee, or you can use your forearm. Just begin to lean towards the left knee. Yeah, talk about Jason Mraz real quick as we stretch. If you don't know Jason Mraz, just an amazing artist. I started listening to him when he was doing coffee house gigs down in San Diego on open mics. And it's been just incredible to watch him explode since the late 90s, early 2000s into what he is now. And all of his songs have beautiful messages, and all of his music is created with just such deep artistic endeavor. And talk about a mindful human being. He donates a lot of his money. He does a lot of free things for people. I just celebrate that man. Grateful for him. And if you're ever in a dark spot or working through some things, turn on some of his music. Listen deeply to the words. He has some beautiful things to share. Please take a long, slow, deep breath in. Draw your left hip back a little bit. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhaling. And full breath in. Exhaling. Slowly cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Begin to lean forward and fold it. H. Jackson Brown Jr. said, "Don't forget, a person's greatest emotional need is to feel appreciated." A person's greatest emotional need is to feel appreciated. Now, living with my partner and her 3 kids, going from single life to a family life, I find it so important to remind kids, especially in a situation where there's a divorce or a separation, to just continue to make the kids feel appreciated, to do special things for them, to realize that it's not about me. And whether it's family or friends or loved ones, still it's important to make people feel appreciated, because it helps to keep emotional health alive. Walt Whitman said, "A morning glory at my window satisfies me more than the metaphysics of books." Appreciating the simple things. How many simple things do we walk by every day that we don't acknowledge or appreciate because we're quote unquote too busy or quote unquote don't have the time? On the inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, uncross the legs. Take the legs out in front of you, lightly shake the legs out. Then from here, just a little bit more on the chair, and then we'll come off the chair and do some standing postures. Let's take the hands to the knees, palms face down. Inhale, lift the chest and chin, look upwards. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the spine, dome the back. Inhale, lift the chest and chin, taking the gaze upwards. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the spine, dome the back. Inhale, lifting and rising. Exhale, rounding the spine, doming the back. Inhale, lift the chest and chin, rising up. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the spine, doming the back. 3 more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more. Inhaling. Exhaling. And inhaling. Exhaling. Finding a neutral spine, inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, if you have your strap with you, please grab your strap. And as you take your strap, if you don't, you can use a cord or a belt, that's okay too. Not a big deal. Just look around the room, there's always props everywhere we look. We'll take the strap up and over our head. And all we're going to do to begin with is take the hands wide apart and then lightly pull the strap apart, as if you wanted to gently rip it down the center. Feel the shoulder blades press against the back. And take your hands further back to create a little greater opening across your chest, pectoralis major, minor muscles. Who's a friend that you have an appreciation for in your life? Maybe give them a call today. Tell them how much you appreciate them. I had some time yesterday. Yesterday was 22 years when my mother passed away from breast cancer. And I had some time to really sit and meditate and be with her in appreciation for all the wonderful things that she instilled into me for the first 18 years of my life. And if you have a story like that, or a loved one, or maybe a family member that's deceased, maybe take some time today and just sit with the heart of appreciation and keep your heart and mind on them. Take the arms back just a little further. Maybe you feel this in the forearms and biceps. You may feel a little bit of tingling in the hands. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take the strap back up. And exhale, lower it down. Place it off to the side. And let's go ahead and come up. As we come to stand, take your chair and you can put it next to you. You can have it there for support, or if you need to use a wall, use a wall. Root down through your left foot. Bend your right knee and grab your right ankle. Knees together. The chair is there for support. Now, if you don't need the support, don't use it. It's okay. I like to use it because it keeps me humble. Lift the chest up. As you lift the chest up, spread through your collarbones just a little bit more. Feel the stretch in the right quad. Now, a tendency I see a lot of athletes, as well as weekend warriors get into, is they do stretches, but they only do stretches for just, a few seconds here and there, thinking they're warming something up, and then inevitably they get injured somehow. Take your time warming up. Hold stretches for a longer period of time. Allow the body to prep itself for the activity that it's going to engage in. Now, there are studies that show too much stretching before an athletic performance, if you're a performance athlete, can be detrimental to the performance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, gently release. And so and it's also part of understanding which stretches are best for that particular performance. Bend your left knee, grab the left ankle, use your strap if you need to. Bringing the left heel towards the buttocks. Breathe into your left quadricep, allowing the left quad, left psoas to open up. Lengthen your spine. Reach the top of the head upwards. I appreciate you. Take some time today, maybe too, even after this practice. Next time you go to the restroom and you're in front of a mirror, look at yourself in the eyes and say to yourself, I appreciate you. I appreciate what I'm looking at. I appreciate where I've come from. Try saying that to yourself. Notice your reaction to it. Do you bulk at it? Do you push it away? Do you ignore it? Do you shrug your shoulders? Do you accept it? Do you internalize it? Do you begin to work with it? Take a full breath in. Exhale, release the left leg down. Shake the left leg out. All right, from here, we're going to move our chairs, and if you need to double up your mats for support for your knees, double up your mat. We're going to come onto our knees and do a chest opener here. Take your hands to the chair, the seat of the chair. Walk your knees back so that your hips are over your knees or close to. And then let your chest move through the arms towards the ground. We'll do a couple different variations of this. If you find that your body's shaking in these poses, back off just a little bit. We're not here to hurt ourselves. Deep breath in. Exhaling. The nice thing when we really learn to work with appreciation is that we don't even have to know somebody to appreciate them. And that is a beautiful insight to have. Just by being there in our life, they can be appreciated. With your next inhale, slowly come back up. Let's do the right side. So what we're going to do is bring our feet together, drop the heels, the hips back towards the heels, and then just keep your right hand on your chair. Press the right palm down. Take your left hand to the right rib cage. Just let the chest rotate downwards. Hold for 5. 4. 3. 2. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the right hand down. We'll switch sides. Take your left hand to the chair. As you take your left hand to the chair, take your right hand to the left rib cage. And then just let your chest move down towards the ground. Appreciating what this posture and any posture offers. Full breath in. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhaling. And full breath in. Exhaling. All right. Slowly lower the left hand down. Sit back on the heels just a little bit. Press your hands into the ground. Feel the stretch through the arches of your feet. And from here, let's shift our feet off to the side. Come on to our buttocks and take the legs out in front of us. So we take the legs out in front of us. On an inhale, arms reach upwards. Exhale, fold out and over the legs. Fold in. Breathe into your hamstrings. Inner thighs pressing down. Appreciation. Paulo Coelho said, "The two hardest tests on the spiritual road are the patience to wait for the right moment and the courage not to be disappointed with what we encounter." So learning to appreciate the decisions we make, recognizing the power of choice that we all have and are fortunate to have. Appreciation is a choice. I choose to appreciate others. And that's a beautiful mantra that we can use too, day to day, in everyday life. I choose to appreciate this moment. You know, even as kids are riled up and yelling and crying and things like that, oh, I choose to appreciate this moment. When we're waiting in a line in a store, I choose to appreciate this moment. Negativity fosters unhealthy habits. Appreciation fosters healthy, beneficial progress. See for yourself. Experiment with it, just to show that what I'm sharing is not false. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Let it go. With your next inhale, please lift your chest back up. Shake the legs out. And let's turn towards the camera, if you're not already, and come into a cross-seated position. So we come into a cross-seated position. On an inhale, please reach the arms upwards towards the sky. Exhale, lower your right hand down and reach your left fingertips over to the right side. Roll your chest forward. Reach and extend. Let the side waist open up. Holding here for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, rising back up, palms touch. Exhale, lower your left hand down, reach the right fingertips over to your left side. Pressing your right buttocks down towards the ground. Roll your chest open. Reach to the right fingertips. Extend. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Full breath in. Exhaling. And deep breath in. Exhaling. On the inhale, rise back up and reach, and our palms touch. Exhale, hands down to the heart center. All right. From here, I'd like us to take our legs, and on your chair, you can position your chair so it works for your body. Stack your legs on your chair. And if that doesn't work for you, you can elevate your legs or work in a way that works best for you. We just want to elevate the legs a little bit. Back of the head comes down. Let's bring our right knee into our chest. Give it a hug. Circle your right ankle out a little bit. And chair yoga is really great too for individuals that may have a slight disability, that may be confined in some ways. It's great for older clients and patients. Flex the right foot, shoulder blades down the back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. I appreciate this moment. Inhaling. Exhale. There will never be a moment just like this ever again. I appreciate this moment. Inhaling. And exhale. Release the right leg and let's switch. Bring your left thigh in towards your chest. As your left thigh comes in towards your chest, shoulder blades down the back, collarbone spread. Long, slow breath in. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhaling. And deep breath in. Exhaling. Gently release the left leg. Let's bring our right knee back into our chest. Inhale. And on the exhale, just take a slight twist. It's not a full twist. It's just a slight twist with the leg elevated. Then bring your right knee upwards towards the left shoulder. Full breath in. Exhale, turn, twist, and rotate. Deep breath in. Exhale, turn, twist, and rotate. And deep breath in. Exhale, turn, twist, and rotate. Come back towards center. Lower the right leg back to the top of the chair seat. Bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, rotate and twist over to your right side. Head turns to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhaling. And full breath in. Exhaling. With your next inhale, the left knee draws back in. And let's replace the left foot back onto the top of the chair. Now from here, let's step our feet off the chair momentarily, working into a little back bend, arms along the sides. On an inhale, lift the hips upwards, interlace the hands underneath you, work your shoulder blades underneath, lifting the chest to the chin, thighs lift, collarbones spread, forearms press down. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, lift the hips. Exhale, release the hands, lower the buttocks down towards the ground. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Let's finish off focusing on our intentions. Take a deep breath in, fill lungs up. Sip in a little more air, hug it all together into a tight ball. On the exhale, let's relax with our legs resting on the tops of the chairs. Cactus the arms, turn the palms face up. And allow yourself to simply be here. Appreciating the work that you've done this morning. Appreciating who you are. Relax the head, the face, the lips, the eyes, the mouth, the jaws, the area around the ears. Relax the neck and throat. Relax your shoulders. Relax the upper arms, lower arms, and hands. Let them rest open, palms face up. Relax your spine all the way down to the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let the collarbones spread, relax the chest and rib cage. Relax the abdomen and lower back. Relax your hips, pelvis, buttocks. Relax the upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and feet. Long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale. Gentle mantra you can repeat to yourself as if you were saying it to yourself. I appreciate who I am. I appreciate all of my successes and failures. I appreciate all the things that I have in my life in this moment. I appreciate my friends. I appreciate my family and loved ones. I appreciate what created all that surrounds me. I appreciate all that I have been given. I appreciate all that I receive. I appreciate the here and now. I align myself with appreciation. I am appreciative. Awareness of the breath, awareness of the body, the inhales and exhales. Slowly start to move the fingers, move the toes, circle out the wrists and the ankles. Take your arms down along the sides, roll your shoulders out. Turn the head side to side, open and close the mouth. With the deepest, longest inhales all day, reach the arms up and over your heads. Give yourself a nice long stretch. Lengthen, reach, and extend. And on the exhale, arms down along the sides. Placing a gentle bend in your knees. Let's roll to our left or right side. Press yourself up and come into a comfortable cross-seated position. So we come into a comfortable cross-seated position. Let's place the hands over our hearts. Appreciating our hearts. It is said that the heart beats about 4 ounces of blood every beat. And in a minute, that equates to about 18 pounds. In 1 hour, 60 times 18. It's a lot of blood. In 1 day, 24 hours times that. Tons. Talk about appreciation for work. Our hearts. Learning to appreciate our hearts. Well, I do not know what is next after this. I do know that I have appreciation for my heart and for all the hearts that walk this earth, both human and sentient beings. Learning to see from the heart that appreciation. We see that miracles are everywhere around us. We see the miraculous in the small. and the large, and the finite and the infinite, in all directions. I appreciate you. I'd like us to simply say it together with an awareness on the heart, an awareness and a focus like you've never had before. I appreciate you. Feel the vibration of your voice in your hands. Say it with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's finish our practice off with an Om. Please take a long, slow, deep breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up. Inhale, fill lungs. And exhale, bow the head down towards the hands, honoring yourselves today in your practices for showing up on your mats. We honor all of our friends, families, loved ones, and supporters in gratitude and appreciation, even those that challenge us. In gratitude and appreciation for all the many gifts, blessings, and abundance that shows up in our lives. And in gratitude to the many teachers and guides that came long before us that passed along these practices we call yoga. Releasing your hands down, opening the eyes, and lifting your chins. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you. I wish you a beautiful day. I hope it turns out absolutely amazing for you. If you need anything at all, please reach out. My family and I are here to help in any way that we know how. Ho'oponopono aho. Namaste. I appreciate you.